Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said the change or fall of the Iranian regime is not a goal, but could be a result. Now, Israeli Prime Minister has said on Thursday that the change or fall of the Iranian regime was not a goal initially for the Israel military campaign, but could occur as a result. Let's quickly, viewers, let's listen in to what exactly has been said by the Prime Minister before we proceed with the discussion.
המטרה הראשונית שלנו היא איום הגרעין, להסיר אותו, ואנחנו בתהליך של הסרתו. הדבר השני זה להסיר את איום הטילים הבליסטיים, ואנחנו בתהליך של הסרתו. תוך כדי זה, ברור שהמשטר הזה מתערער. אנחנו פוגעים גם במטרות שלטון, בסמלי שלטון. ראיתם את זה, תחנת השידור, ועוד יש. עוד היה...
Geeta, coming back to you, since day one, there has been a question around whether this attack was indeed just about nuclear weapons, or rather nuclear energy being possessed by the Iranian side, or whether there is a larger goal of regime change in Iran. And especially with the comments that we've seen coming in from Donald Trump over the last couple of days, that particular point has been highlighted further. And now we see that Israeli Prime Minister is, however, coming out to say that the regime change in Iran is more of a fallout, or rather a consequence of the other aspect that we're looking at, which is to attack their nuclear sites.
That's right. And now the fact is that there is a certain amount of U-turn over here that we're seeing. Netanyahu initially spoke about regime change, toppling Khamenei, and also saying that Khamenei is not off limits anymore. And now with the U.S. President and the European leaders negotiating terms with Iran, it seems like he's changed tune, saying that it could be a result, but might not be the immediate target.
Right, Geeta, we will in fact try and connect Geeta back at this point. But yes, viewers, when we speak of these developments that have been taking place subsequently, it is, remember, the 8th day of war that we see raging on in West Asia between Israel and Iran. Definitely, there are several questions that come to the fore. There has been a question mark on whether regime change in Iran has been a major goal for Israel. In fact, we have Pranay Upadhyay joining us on the broadcast at this point. Pranay, very good morning to you. We were just having this conversation with Geeta a little while back, and as we are posing this question, is it contradictory at this point, what is being said by the Israeli Prime Minister, that, this might be just a mere consequence, but not the end goal for Israel, that is a regime change in Iran?
Shreya, good morning. And I do not see any contradiction in it. In fact, these are two linked things. Denuclearization of a country and ensuring that the country remains denuclearized can only be ensured by a regime change. So therefore, that's why these two things are linked. One, Israel want to have a denuclearization of Iran, which is a very, such a thing which has never been carried out by one state, if you see by merely air raids and airstrike, denuclearizing a country is an impossible task. Why impossible? Because you do not know that what kind of damage has been caused, whether the centrifuges have been diffused, whether they are still there, and whether there will be a mushroom there. Because we really do not know that what kind of damage has been caused by these air raids and these airstrikes carried out by the Israeli Air Force. Also, that's why both Israel and United States are talking in same terms as far as the regime change and the weapons of the destruction, for the weapons of mass destruction or the nuclear capabilities and nuclear facilities. The Arak nuclear facility has been targeted by the Israeli Air Force. And if you see, there are two important concerns for India here, Shreya, because Indians are still being evacuated. They are in process. Op Sindhu is still on. We are ferrying our people. We are moving our people from different parts of Iran to Mashhad. Mashhad is the area from where we will be carrying out evacuation flights. So let me confirm you this thing, that Op Sindhu has not only been launched, but the next step is that we will be carrying out direct flights, because the path which we have taken, or the route which we preferred for the previous batch, the first batch, Armenia, is not that feasible. The road transport in Iran is getting difficult by day, and therefore we are moving our people to Mashhad, and from there we will be carrying out. But also, if there is a nuclear, spillover, if there is a nuclear radioactive, spillover in that region, our weather system is linked. With the western disturbances we have, even in Delhi, we feel that whenever there is a sandstorm, whenever there is a weather disturbance in Iran, the weather channel is linked to Indian subcontinent. So clearly, we also have our own concern. If there is a spillover, if there is a radioactive, radiation in that region, we have our concerns. But having said that, Israel and the United States are not backing down. The current situation, if you see, Shreya, no one is backing down. No one has accepted the defeat. The line which was said by the President Donald Trump, that the unconditional support is the only option. But Iran seems to be taking that option right now. So clearly the situation is getting complicated day by day, and the risk of radioactive, spillover, the radiation, and a nuclear catastrophe remains there.
Right, Pranay, do stay with us. Let me quickly yet again bring out what exactly has been said by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on this matter before we proceed.
לנו היא איום הגרעין, להסיר אותו, ואנחנו בתהליך של הסרתו. הדבר השני זה להסיר את איום הטילים הבליסטיים, ואנחנו בתהליך של הסרתו. תוך כדי זה, ברור שהמשטר הזה מתערער. אנחנו פוגעים גם במטרות שלטון, בסמלי שלטון. ראיתם את זה, תחנת השידור, ועוד יש, עוד היד נטויה. אבל עניין של החלפת השלטון או נפילת השלטון הזה, היא קודם כל העניין של העם האיראני. אין תחליף לדבר הזה. ולכן אני לא הצגתי את זה כמטרה, זה יכול להיות תוצאה, אבל זה לא מטרה מוצהרת או פורמלית שאנחנו... המטרה הראשונית שלנו